Bonjour. This is the lesson about Unit 1, Lesson 2 of your textbook. In this lesson, you're going to know how to talk about other people. And we're going to see that in Lesson 2a. You're going to learn how to find out someone's name and to say where a person is from. Also, in this lesson, you're going to learn about family. So you're going to learn how to give their name and also give their age. So, famille et copains. When you want to introduce or point out someone, you would say in English, oh, here comes, or this is. In French, we would say voici. Voici Jean-Paul, voici Nathalie et François. You could also say this is, that is, or theirs, and we would say voilà in French. Voilà Isabelle, voilà Philippe et Dominique. Now, if you want to find out who someone is, and you want to say, oh, who's that? Who is it? You would say, qui est? And notice that I'm raising my voice when I ask a question in French. Qui est? To answer, you would say, it's somebody, c'est. C'est Patrick, c'est un copain. How to get someone's attention or to express surprise? Oh, look, hey, tiens, tiens, voilà Dominique. Okay, and by now you must have noticed that in French we have masculine and feminine, okay? So when you talk about people, les personnes, you would use the masculine article to introduce the masculine noun, and you will use the feminine article to introduce the feminine noun. So, un garçon, a boy. Un ami, a friend. Un copain, a friend. So you can use both of those nouns, they mean the same. Un monsieur, a gentleman. Un prof, a teacher. Same for the feminine here. Une fille, a girl. Une amie, a friend. Une copine, a friend as well. And you can see here we've added a e to mark the feminine form. And copine, the spelling change. So not only you add a e, but you need to drop the a as well. So un copain masculine, une copine féminine. Une dame, a lady. Une prof, a teacher. Now, in the second lesson, you want to know how to inquire about people. So, do you know this person? Do you know Jean-Paul? Tu connais? Tu connais Jean-Paul? And there again, my voice is raising up to ask a question. Now, how to describe people and give their nationalities. So you would say, he is, il est, for a man or a boy. Il est canadien. If you want to talk about a girl, you would say, elle est, she is. Elle est canadienne. And you notice that this change depending on the gender, but the ending of the nationality would change as well. Okay? How to find out another person's name? So, what's the name of comment s'appelle le garçon? Comment s'appelle la fille? So, if you want to answer from man or a boy, you would use a masculine form. Il s'appelle. His name is. Il s'appelle Marc. If it's a girl, elle s'appelle. Her name is. Elle s'appelle Juliette. And in the last lesson, 2C, we're talking about a family. So how to introduce your family? Voici mon père. This is my father. Et voici ma mère. And this is my mother. So, in your family, dans votre famille, you have un frère, a brother, un cousin, a cousine but male, un père, a father, un oncle, an uncle, un grand-père, a grandfather. On the female side, you would have une sœur, a sister, une cousine, a cousine, a female, une mère, a mother, une tante, an aunt, une grand-mère, a grandmother. And if you have pets, les animaux domestiques, you would have un chat, a cat, un chien, a dog. Now let's talk about grammar. So when you introduce your family, you said my because those are your relative, okay? So mon cousin, ma cousine, these are the French equivalents of my and your have the following form in French. So it all depends on what follows, okay? It's a bit different than in English. So mon cousin, my cousine, male, mon frère, my brother, ton cousin, your cousine, ton frère, your brother, okay? But if you're a girl and you have a brother, you would still say mon frère, okay? Because frère is masculine and it's all what matters in French. It's what it's owned, it's possessed. So frère is masculine, you have to use mon, even though you're a girl. Now, feminine form, ma cousine, ma sœur, ta cousine, ta sœur. Okay? So, note that the feminine ma becomes mon and ta becomes ton before a vowel sound. Okay? So, even though une amie is feminine, you would have to say mon ami, ton ami, because it starts with a vowel. So I'm pretty sure you can guess the rest for this, those possessive adjectives. So if you want to say his or her, you would say son, sa, ses. And we'll see the plural form a little bit later. So now how to express somebody's age. So how to find out how old a friend is. You would say, quel âge as-tu? How old are you? J'ai, like en. So to express or to answer this question, and you would say, I'm 11 years old, for example, in French it's slightly different. You have to use a different verb. You would say, j'ai 11 ans. I have 11 years, so it's slightly different. So don't forget, use j'ai, not je suis. J'ai 11 ans. How to ask about how old others are. Quel âge a ton père? How old is your father? Il a 42 ans. He is 42. Okay, so don't forget, he's a male, so you have to use il. Now, if you're talking about a female, quel âge a ta mère? How old is your mother? You would have to use elle. Elle a 39 ans. She's 39. So, although years old may be left out in English, the word en, years, must be used in French when talking about someone's age. Il a 20 ans. You cannot leave it out, okay? It's compulsory to put it in. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense. Now, last piece of grammar, and you've seen that throughout those lessons, it's the difference between definite articles versus indefinite articles. So, the French equivalent of the has two basic forms in French, le and la. You know that the is a definite article because you know you're talking about specific object. Le garçon, le copain, the boy, the friend. La fille, la copine, the girl, the friend. Okay? So both le and la becomes L apostrophe before a noun starting with a vowel, okay? So l'ami, l'ami. The only way to know if it's feminine is just by looking at the noun, okay? So here you know it's feminine because there is an E at the end. Now, the indefinite article, something very generic, general, you would use un or une, okay? So un garçon, a boy, un ami, a friend. Une fille, a girl. Une amie, a friend. Okay, so that's all the concepts from this lesson 2. We're going to practice in class, but that's basically all what you need to know about this lesson. Au revoir!